What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Today we've got MONDO TOYS San Diego Comic-Con 2023 preview images to take a look at. And we're going to look at the 1/6 scale Wolverine they're giving us, the Magneto, the Prince Adam, as well as Batman the Animated Series ManBat figure. And oh boy, am I excited for this preview today. So, guys, stick around. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. Smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show. And let's get into it.
I give you Ben Thomas showtime. Here we go.
Okay guys, so let's start with my favorite first here from MONDO TOYS, the Sdcc 2023 preview image of ManBat from Batman the Animated Series. Now, quick brief overview if you don't know who this character is. He starts out as Dr. Kirk Langstrom, a scientist specializing in the study of bats, and develops an extract intended to give humans the bat's sonar sense, and tests the formula on himself because he was becoming deaf. Now, while it works, there's a horrible side effect. It transforms him gradually into a hideous humanoid bat-like monster that we see in front of us. And wow, has MONDO TOYS done a great job of capturing that. Take a look at this transforming face of Dr. Kirk Langstrom slowly progressing into that bat form. Terrifying and really well done. I like the way that it's painted. I love that it's matching the aesthetic of the other Batman Animated Series Mondo figures we've got so far. I think that the coloration of the skin is bang on. I had this figure and still do in my collection from way back in the day, but not to this level of detail, nor the size of this character, which is actually blowing me away as well. Let's look at the details here. So the figure comes with the ManBat figure, of course, articulated arms, non-articulated 14-inch open wings, a standard portrait, a sad portrait, an angry portrait, a smiling portrait, a transforming portrait, a torn shirt, and a bat symbol figure stand to match the rest of the line, which is awesome. Now, it says here this is an online exclusive for Mondo, and there is going to be a limit of 2 per customer. Payment plans are going to be available. It is estimated to ship December of 2023, and that's of course shipping to select countries, so that looks like United States, Canada, UK, and the EU. The edition size of 1,000, which is fantastic. Limited, you love to see it. And it is coming in at a pretty high price point of $255. Now, I will say that does feel a little high. That's getting real damn close to Hot Toys pricing at this point. But for the limited edition nature of this figure, for how cool it is, for how great it's going to display with your Batman Animated Series figure lineup if you already have that display going, $255, it is a bit of a tough nut to swallow, but I think if you can justify it, it would be worth it. What do you guys think? Next, let's look at Mondo's Sdcc 2023 exclusive, Prince Adam. But let's give a brief history again. Prince Adam is the character from Masters of the Universe franchise, the twin brother of Princess Adora. His alter ego is He-Man, the main character of this franchise, of course. Now, Adam is seemingly careless and worry-free prince in the eyes of the Eternian court. Most notably, his father, King Randor, and Tila, the captain of the Royal Guard, perceive him as a coward. The common misconception of Prince Adam is because whenever trouble arises, Prince Adam makes a timely exit so he can secretly become He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. And after Prince Adam becomes He-Man, he then has the power to defeat whatever enemy is threatening the Eternian throne or Castle Grayskull. Now, I think this is a pretty cool release from MONDO TOYS because we've got a lot of He-Man figures already. I say a lot. There's been at least 2 versions, from my recollection, of the Mondo series lineup. Now, I would say Prince Adam feels like the less sexy release because I would suggest that most people probably want He-Man, not Prince Adam, but I think if you absolutely love Masters of the Universe as a franchise, then you're going to be really happy to have this character in your collection, because you can kind of show that transition of Adam to He-Man, which is really, really cool. The product includes Prince Adam figure, the neutral portrait, a smiling portrait, a laughing portrait, the Power Sword in silver, the Power Sword pink transparent version, the I have the power sword, the flamethrower gauntlet, the freeze ray blaster, a removable sword harness, a mask of power, which is green, the mask of power, which is pink, a fabric shirt and pant, faux fur loincloth and boot fur, and figure stand. Now this guy does have an estimated ship date of January 2024. It is limited, again, to 2 per customer, to the same countries that we mentioned earlier, so United States, Canada, UK, and EU. And the edition size here is 2,000, so still pretty limited, considering we're looking at worldwide. And this also comes in at $250. Now again, I will say that price does feel a little bit high. It just depends on how this character connects with you and your collection, right? For me, this is a no-brainer. I wouldn't get this one for me. I would want the He-Man in my collection, personally, not Prince Adam, but this guy is a pretty packed release. He looks really good. I really like the way that it's painted. The accessories are fantastic. So there's a lot of value in this pack, and anything from Mondo that is limited tends to be very expensive on the aftermarket if you miss it. Though if this is one you guys think you need for the collection, I would definitely consider, looking into this on the online exclusive pre-order window when it becomes available. Something to consider. But let's move on to the next one that Mondo has shown us here. Next up, we have this new version of Magneto. Now, we've seen Magneto from Mondo Toys in the past, but of course, this is the Sdcc 2023 preview exclusives. So, there's a few different elements of this character, and if you missed the original Magneto release, this gives you another opportunity to certainly consider it. Let's take a look at what this figure comes with so far. We see he comes with the standard portrait, the Eric Lehnsherr portrait, the shadow portrait, which is unique and I think pretty cool, one of the best parts of this release so far, the 2 magnetized energy rings, magnetized metal shards, bendable metal fragment, 2 open palm magnetized hands, 2 magnetized fists, 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, and a figure stand. Now this again is limited to 2 per customer. Stock is ready to ship, ships to select countries. The edition size here is 500, so this is getting real limited at this point, folks. Something to certainly consider if this is on your mind. And at $225, so a little cheaper than the other 2 releases we've looked at. Now, something to note, on Monday, July 17th, we'll get a better preview of this figure, it looks like, and the online exclusive will be available on sale at 10 a.m. on Monday, July the 17th. So if this is something you're looking for, once again, I would consider it. That shadow portrait definitely amps up the cool factor for me on this release, but I haven't been collecting this X-Men line so far. It's too vast, and I'm excited to see what potentially the Marvel Cinematic Universe does with X-Men characters. I would rather, at this point for my own collection, collect more of a lifelike figure as opposed to the animated series from X-Men, but I love the animated series X-Men from the 90s. It was a childhood staple, so it's taking every ounce of my internal strength to not order these guys, but they're friggin' awesome. So if you guys are looking at getting this Magneto and you either missed out on the past version or you just want another cool version in the collection, yeah, Mondo Toys delivers again. Let's take a look at the last preview that we get from Mondo so far from Sdcc 2023. So of course we're looking at Logan here from X-Men, the animated series. And I gotta say, this is a pretty cool look for Wolverine, especially because with Mondo so far, we've got a lot of the yellow and blue suits, right? And not to say that that's a knock, because I love that suit look. But this gives us kind of the civilian look for Logan, which I appreciate. It's not just the Wolverine character, and I'm down for that. Now, despite this figure coming already with 2 head sculpts, it would have been cool to get maybe like an old man Logan head sculpt, something that you could kind of switch out. I know that might not be canon to the show, but it would be cool in figure format, because we're always, as collectors, talking about Old Man Logan, it seems. So that would have been cool, but not a knock against it. Let's take a look at what this figure actually does come with. It comes, of course, with the Logan figure himself. The removable jacket. A removable jacket arms, which I think is really funky, because at first I was like, when I looked at the pictures, I was wondering how you'd get that jacket off. That makes sense. Removable arms. We get the flannel shirt removable arms. We get 6 removable claws, 2 extras, which is very nice. A standard portrait, an angry portrait, because let's be honest, it wouldn't be Wolverine without an angry portrait, or Logan. 2 interchangeable fists, claw with claw plugins, 2 fists without claw plugins, 2 neutral, 2 C grip, and 2 smear, and X-Men figure stand base. Now this is limited to 2 per customer. Payment plans are available. Apparently it's estimated to ship as early as January of 2024 to select countries. The edition size here is 1,500, so again, pretty low considering. And it comes in at the price tag of $215, which is pretty reasonable. I like that. Getting it down around the 200 mark makes me a happy guy. And just like the Masters of the Universe line, the X-Men line here from Mondo is getting pretty filled out. We've got a bunch of characters from them now, so the price being a little on the lower side is appreciated. I'm sure for most folks it would be for me, especially if I was collecting all of these figure lines. Now, what are your thoughts on today's SDCC 2023 Mondo Toys exclusive previews here? Are any of these guys getting your juices flowing? Are you going to lock in all the pre-orders, or maybe just 1 or 2 of them? For me, of the 4 we looked at today, it's definitely ManBat for me. I have the ManBat original animated series figure. I would love to pair those 2 together. I have the Batman and the Joker coming from that line, despite my best intentions to try and not buy them. I've got a little display started now in the new Ben Thomas Show apartment here that I think will be really cool for the Batman animated series figures, along with my 7-inch scale line. So stay tuned for that. But I definitely think I'm going to try and lock in this ManBat as soon as possible. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What have your thoughts been of this show at SDCC so far, 2023? Are you excited about what we've seen from both Mondo or some of the other companies that are there? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I will make sure I respond, because it's always fun to do so and chat with you guys in the comments. But if you guys like the video, hit the like button for me if you can. Smash the subscribe if you're brand new to the Ben Thomas Show. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.